Claimed by my ex's uncle. Chapter 11. Hazel's POV. Happy anniversary to me, I whispered, staring at the gray sky and drizzled rain, reflecting my sorrowful mood as I stood at the prison gates, burdened by lost dreams. My legs trembled as I stepped away from the gate, trying to find a place to sit, but the laughter of the other inmates stopped me. Hey Dirt, 30 minutes isn't enough. Stand for another. The head lady sneered, her voice sharp and cruel. My throat tightened as I fought back the tears. I had been ordered to stand for 30 minutes just because I dozed off while she asked me to wash her clothes. I pressed a hand to my abdomen, where the pain throbbed like a drum. I had a miscarriage due to the continuous torture I received and wasn't even treated properly. Each breath felt heavy, and I struggled to keep my composure. With a soft hiss, I stood there, trembling, while the cruel laughter echoed around me. I squeezed my eyes shut, wishing to disappear, to escape the mocking faces that surrounded me. Just then, the cell door creaked open and a guard walked in. "You're free to go now, Hazel. Come with me." His voice was flat, but my heart raced with hope. I had completely forgotten that today was my release day. "You're one lucky Dirt," the head lady, who had tormented me, called out. I turned back to look at them one last time, wishing I could give them a taste of their medicine. As I followed the guard, I wondered what was next. Was I really free, or was this just another cruel joke? The guard who had brought me out handed me a bundle of plain clothes that looked like rags to change. A month earlier, I was meant to leave, but my fiancé Adrian had deemed me unworthy of freedom, insisting on another month to teach me a lesson. But what lesson could come from the cruelty I faced? I changed my clothes, taking a deep breath of the crisp air, before stepping out of one of the most brutal werewolf prisons, my eyes searching for a familiar face. But there was no one, no family, no friends, no warm welcome. Just the stark reality of my new existence. The cold wind made me shiver, so I wrapped my arms around myself to stay warm. I stood there, waiting for my mate, Adrian Rune, the man I had loved all my life. Today is our anniversary. He will definitely come for me, I thought. I had told him about my release, but hours went by and no one showed up. Not even my father. I called them over and over, but no one picked up. As it got darker, I decided to walk down the road, hoping to find a cab to take me back to the city. But the prison was deep in the forest, making it hard to find one. I limped along the road, my abdomen hurting more with every step. As I walked, I felt lonely and scared. Where is Adrian? I thought. Why didn't he come for me? Did he forget I was being released today? The rain soaked my clothes, making me shiver more. The longer I walked, the more lost I felt, unsure if I was going the right way. Suddenly, I heard the bushes moving. My heart began to race as I thought of all the scary things that could be hiding there. As I stood frozen in fear, I noticed a pair of glowing eyes shining in the dark. The eyes stared at me, making me feel even more afraid. The eyes came closer, revealing two huge wolves that looked ready to attack me. Scared, I stepped back, trying to keep my balance. Before I could react, the wolves shifted into their human forms. Two rough-looking men stood in front of me, their faces tough and threatening. Just by looking at them, I could tell they were rogues. The men grinned at me, their eyes scanning my body. Well, what do we have here?" One of them said, moving closer. I felt my legs shake, knowing I couldn't fight back in my current state. "Please. I just want to get home," I pleaded, my voice trembling. One of the men laughed, his eyes shining with evil. "Oh, poor girl, it's already late. You can come stay with us," he said, sounding very sarcastic. But I knew they didn't really want to help me. A voice in my head screamed, "Run." I couldn't run fast enough, but I had to try. With a quick move, I turned and ran into the forest, my hurt legs screaming in pain. I cried out for help, hoping my mate was nearby. "Help! Please, Adrian, help me." My heart raced, and I could barely catch my breath. I didn't notice what was in front of me and tripped, falling into a hole. A sharp pain shot through my stomach, the same pain I had felt for months since my miscarriage in prison. As I held my stomach, the rogues towered over me, their eyes shining with cruelty. "Please, let me go. I beg you," I whispered, but they didn't listen as one of them grabbed my legs. I felt like this was the end, so I shut my eyes, ready to accept whatever would happen. But then I heard a voice from behind. Let her go now, or you won't see the light of day tomorrow. The rogues stopped moving, their grip on me starting to loosen. I opened my eyes and saw a rugged man stepping out of the shadows, his presence strong and powerful. He had broad shoulders, and his dark hair had some gray in it. The rogues quickly backed away, knowing they would be in trouble if they stayed. I lay there uncomfortable, breathing hard, as the mysterious man approached me. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice both strong and kind. I nodded, still trying to catch my breath. He reached out his hand to help me out of the hole. "WH, who are you?" I stuttered, looking up at the man who had rescued me. He smiled, his eyes shining even in the dark. "I sensed you were in danger, Hazel." Fear hit me hard when I heard him say my name. "I just want to go home, please," I pleaded, crouching down and covering my head. My voice broke as I whispered, "Please don't kill me." The man was surprised by my reaction. I had changed so much that I hardly recognized myself. I used to be lively and beautiful, but now my eyes were dull, filled with fear. The werewolf prison had changed me, making me a shadow of who I once was. "I'm not going to hurt you. Let's get you home now," the man said, his voice steady and calm. I slowly raised my head with tears in my eyes. I didn't trust him, but I felt I had no choice. I carefully walked with him out of the forest and got into the car, keeping my distance from him. I huddled in a corner, still shivering from the rain and cold. I wondered who this man was and why he knew my name, afraid that his kindness might be a trick. As we drove under a bridge, the moonlight lit up the man's face, showing his features clearly. He seemed a little familiar, but I couldn't remember where I had seen him before. The ride was quiet, and soon we arrived at the Blue Moon Pack. "Thank you for saving me. I owe you one," I said as I got out of the car. I didn't want to ask any more questions. I just wanted to see my family and Adrian, even though he was the one who made sure I ended up in prison. When I stepped into the pack house, I was shocked to find a lively party happening. Was this a surprise for me and Adrian's anniversary? I asked myself. The hall was dim, and no one noticed me because I looked so unkempt, like a maid in rags. As I scanned the room, my eyes landed on Adrian, my mate, up on stage with my stepsister Thalia. The same sister who had framed me for trying to kill her. Adrian's arms were wrapped around Thalia's waist, and I felt my heart break into tiny pieces. But that was just the beginning of my pain. Then came the announcement, and I froze in disbelief. "Let's all cheer for the new owner of the Labyrinth Wine Company." What? I couldn't believe it. Thalia, the person who had destroyed my life, was now in charge of the company that rightfully belonged to me.